So then guys, today we are reviewing this, the Golf in Sync training aid. So then guys, today I am reviewing this training aid. It's called the Golf in Sync. So it's kind of like an alignment stick, but with a hinged attachment at the end, and it has a thing that goes on your arm, so you can connect the stick and rod to your body. Now this is the slightly shorter length stick, so this actually is pretty good for me, but they do a longer one, it's about a foot longer in white. Now, unusually, I don't really sell training aids, but this one I've been so impressed with. I think it's fantastic for pitching and chipping, and we're gonna have this available. So if you're interested in this after the review, please contact me and we can arrange to get one out to you. Now, it sets up really easily. So we've got the band, just gonna go straight up the arm here, kind of up on the top of the bicep, kind of strap it in a little bit tighter so that the rod can go underneath. Now, when you've got this it's got a little wing nut here, so just kind of undo that slightly. And this is gonna go, I like it on kind of the second or third kind of kick on the shaft. If you're playing a Project X shaft, you're going to need it probably about a foot up from the hosel. Okay, so this is on the second step. Just wing on, and you're making sure that the stick is on the right side of the face here. Okay, and then as we're just going to tighten this in, get it nice and solid there. To make sure it's square, what I'm going to now do is I'm going to look down the wing nut. In the middle it's got kind of a black line here, and I'm getting that parallel to the bottom groove. Tighten this on just a little further, perfect. And then this can then go up through the band in the left arm. Simple as that. So that's it now set up. Now where it's really good, this training aid, okay, is, first off, let's go backswing. Backswing wise, it's fantastic for this. If you turn back in one piece, this is really good for a one piece move. Clubhead staying outside the hands, and it's going to be attached here. It gives you the feeling that you don't really want to take it back in that direction. So it's really good for creating a connection. Because the stick's up against the left arm, if you keep the left arm attached, it's going to really encourage this one piece takeaway. From here, what else I like it for is it actually can work on the wrist set. So if I set the wrist, now you can see that the stick is now pointing back down to where the ball would be. So this is guaranteeing that I'm starting to get the club moving with my body rotation, and it's starting to match in here. I'm matching my sternum at halfway back. I've seen people say that they can hit full shots with it. I really don't advise this. For me, I don't like it for that. Got to be honest, it's not my bag. I think you can work a full backswing and work at being on plane, because I think you can actually make full backswings like this, and it's sitting on the shoulder. So the rod's now sitting on the shoulder, everything's going to match, so it'll help you get the plane as a feel. Don't hit full shots with it though. The reason I'm saying this, okay, the training aid is fantastic at this, okay. If you're hitting pitch shots, okay, and you come through and you only use your arms, that is now really kind of whacking me in the rib cage. So I'll start to thin it, shank it, because I'm just using the hands, and it'd be awful. So what I've got to do, I've got to make sure that the left shoulder side of the body, the left shoulder, gets out the way, okay? This can be used for chipping, pitching, bunker play. Bunker play for me, again, that's just not one that I would particularly encourage loads of use of, because I really like the hands to go quite left in the bunker. You know, if you get the feeling for it and you really get the shoulder out the way, you can still see that's not pinching me. But if you get quite handsy in a bunker, you're going to be like this and sticking that leading edge in. Try it if you want, just I've not found it amazing for that for me. But here's where it's great, okay, is on this chip shot, if I get, and pitch shot, if I get my left shoulder out the way, can you now see the club is staying outside the hands right here? So it's going to encourage that move. That's what all the best chippers and pitchers in the world do. They get that club coming through this way. They don't go here, and you can't do it. I mean, this is now, I'm so kind of disjointed and tangled up in the stick, it's impossible. So it's really, really good from that standpoint. The reason I don't like it for full shots is that's about as far as I can comfortably get through. Can't get a follow through. So what I would say is, from that standpoint, don't do it, because all you're going to do is start to hit loads of punch shots, you know, and who knows, you might start decelerating. I think it might bring problems if you hit full shots, but you can work at your swing plane. Now, what I'll do is have a quick look here at a chip shot with it, okay? This is where I think it's pretty good, okay? So you can see now, getting in, I can feel it's on the inside of my arm. It has got a Velcro here that you can attach onto the shaft so it takes out any hinge. I haven't used that because I want you to have versatility when you're chipping. I want you to still be able to play standard chip shot with no hands, and I want you to be able to play one where it has a bit of gather. But it's not going to be just hand gather, it's going to be shoulder getting out the way, and that is something that I strongly believe that the left shoulder controls most things around the greens and from like 50 in. So that's why I really like this. It bang on for what I would coach and what I like to see. So short shot, kind of just getting in here, okay, and I hit this little chip shot there. Kind of, it's really getting a good feel. I can keep the club head outside the hands, and it's going to give me the feeling of just the arms and body moving back and through together. What I also like about it is if I get the club head to go behind the hands here in the wrong place, because I can't correct it by flicking the right hand to square it, and I turn through, I push it with this training aid. So actually what it'll do is it'll teach you, if you're chipping, if you're not keeping the club out in front of you and get it behind you, really, really good. Because obviously if I go in here now, I'm going to deliberately just kind of get the club a little bit behind me there. Okay, so get the club a little bit behind me and come out. I fatted that and I've pushed it. That's gone 4, 5, 6, 7 yards right of the other ball. So, you know, on a really short shot, that's miles off, okay? Now, what else you could use it for is you can also hit these slightly longer, getting the pitch shot, and we're getting it to here. So if I get that pitch shot in, kind of getting it into that halfway back position there, getting through with the body. So I've got the shoulder out the way, and that has gone a good distance. That's a 50-yarder. It's kept the club head outside the hand. The club head is this side of me. This is exactly what I like. This is how the best do it. I think this is great for it. Now, one last thing. I don't see you being able to play many flop shots with this, okay? But you can play a short-sided shot. Kind of, I've opened the face up a little bit there. I'm just going to let that shoulder get out of the way. Engage the bounce a little more, okay? So you can play and still have the versatility, but it takes out the hand action, encourages the shoulder movement. Like I say, I think it's really good. So I think it's a solid training aid. I like it a lot, okay? The longer one that comes out will be white. So if you purchase one, you'd expect to see a white one, not the black one. It's really good aid, and like I say, it's right up my alley for what I believe in 50 yards and in. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Hopefully you got some good information in there to help you. Now, like I say, I'm going to be able to sell this training aid, sorry. You're going to be able to get the link below or email me. The link is below at the bottom. I think this is a really, really good aid. It's fantastic for pitching and short game, for what I like to see and what I tend to see the very best players in the world doing. Okay, hopefully you've enjoyed the video. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so, and talk with you again very soon.